Welcome to Flash Tutorial Ramp Game Part 1. It's the first of 5 in this series, and it's a follow-up to a Flash Tutorial 65 which was titled Bounce Down Many Platforms, and you can find that on my YouTube channel, and it's in a playlist that's titled Mostly Flash CS5. Once you complete the 5 parts to this series, this is what you'll have created. It says the object of this game is to have the falling ball hit the orange rectangles and not the red ones. Click on the blue button. We're on level 1. Now it says click and drag the ramps into positions which will decide the path of the falling ball. Click on the red button. So we're going to click on these and drag them where we think they should go, and click on this red button which will allow the ball to drop. So now we're ready to drop the ball. And if it doesn't hit these, we're good. If it hits this, we should go to level 2. And here we're on level 2. It says click the blue button, and you can see there's 3 targets that we shouldn't hit this time. Now we're going to move these to where we think they should go, and then we're going to click the red button. And I believe that's all we need to make this one work. It's quite simple. And that sends us to level 3, so we must have hit that orange block on that previous level. Click on the blue button. Now we're going to drag these into position. Now we got to make sure we hit both of these orange rectangles and none of these red rectangles. Now I purposely left one line out, and I just want to demonstrate what happens should we hit one of these red rectangles when we drop the ball. You notice it sends us back to the first part of level 3, and notice that the ball goes back to where it was, but my lines stay where they are. So now all I have to do is just move my lines into position, and I should be able to make this work. Pick that one up. Oh, it almost went over, and it picked that one up. Had it gone over and hit the side, it would have went back to the first of that level, just as if it would when it hit the red rectangle. I have Flash Tutorial 65, Bounce Down Many Platforms, opened on my computer now. And the first thing I want to do is go to my library panel, open the line movie clip, make sure the layer is unlocked, click on that line, and open the properties panel, and we'll see that that's a stroke. I want to make that stroke 3. Makes it a little bigger. Go back to scene 1. Lock that lines. Lock all your layers. Select frame 1 of the actions panel. And right here where this on frame is, where they got this gravity thing, put some comments in here. So 2 forward slashes, drops ball. That's what that does. This drops the ball. Come down to the end of this where it's putting the parameters on the ball. And before this function check line movie clip, put a couple of forward slashes. Move lines with mouse. And in here we're going to put some lines of code. Type, 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 type. And we'll go up to that and have a look at it. Looks like a lot, but it's not really. It's the same thing over and over again. There's that comment we just put in. line 0 underscore MC, period on press, small o capital P equals function, open and close bracket. There's the open curly bracket for the function, the closed curly bracket. You never need to put this in, the computer puts that in automatically. Inside those brackets, line 0 underscore MC, period, start drag, small s capital D, open close bracket, semicolon. Copy that if you want, then paste it. Change the on press to on release, so small o capital R. Change the start drag to stop drag, small s capital D, and that part is finished. Come here, paste it again. Make it on release outside this time, small o capital R capital O, and here again stop drag. So now you have line 0 done. And really quickly, this allows us to start the drag, this stops the drag, and this one stops it from dragging should you be outside the line. Now copy all that from here down to there, paste it. Every place you see a 0, put a 1. Paste it again. Every place you see a 0, put a 2. Every place you put a 0, paste it again. Every place you put a 0, 3, and do down to 4, and that gives us 5 lines because we started with 0. Now let's see what that does for us. Test the movie. It allows us, see that the lines are bigger so we can grab them, but we can now move them. Make sure all layers are locked. Select the lines layer, insert a layer, call it buttons. Pick up your oval tool. Make sure I have a red for my stroke, a red for my fill, black for my stroke, and I'm going to make an oval right about here. Highlight it, modify, convert it to a symbol, make sure button is selected, and call it drop ball, DROPBALL underscore BTN, drop ball button. Copy that, open the properties panel, and paste that in for an instance name. Lock that buttons layer, insert a layer, call it button label, BTN LAB. Select that frame. Take blue for your fill this time. Text tool, open the properties, Times New Roman, regular. Let's make it 12 points. I think we can get in that particular size rectangle. Embedded. Make sure that uppercase, lowercase numbers, and punctuation are selected. Click OK. I don't think you can see it there. And make a text box. DROP space BALL, drop ball. And I'm going to try to put that in here, and hopefully it fits. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller with my free transform tool. Yours might just fit automatically. Make sure all the layers are locked. Select the actions layer, open the actions panel, and we're going to put in another variable, but I want to put a space here because this is going to be a Boolean. These are all numbers, so type. It's a variable, var. It's called drop, capital DROP, colon, Boolean, capital BOOLEAN, equals false, small f, Boolean and false turns blue, semicolon. We're going to use this to keep trace so that once we drop the ball, we can't tell it to drop a second time. If we didn't put this in and every time we hit this drop ball button, it would start over and over, and we don't want that to happen. And this particular variable is going to help us do that. Come down the page, and right after this comment we made about dropping the ball, put a couple of lines and type this code. It says drop ball underscore BTN, that's that button we just made, period, on press, small o capital P, turns blue, equals function, open close bracket. There's the curly bracket, for open curly bracket for the function. There's the closed curly bracket for the function. And the first thing we're going to do is tell this variable we just made, drop equals true, semicolon. So up here it was false, and now we're telling it to be true. And true means we've pressed the button. And now we're saying if open bracket drop close bracket, that means if this is variable is true, which we just made it, there's the open bracket for this if, and down here after this ball MCY line is the close bracket for this if. Let's test this out, and we can make it move where we want. So let's pull this line down here, let's put this one up here, and we'll make it take that pattern. So when I press this, it drops. And I think if you haven't done this before, you're probably starting to smile. I think that's enough for this tutorial. Naturally, there's going to be a part 2. Save this FLA if you plan on doing part 2. I hope you learned something from this tutorial, and I hope you use what you learn.